performance, by the way. But again, Perks, Game 2 MVP with the crucial Lolita. Okay, still rocking the flicker. I thought he resulted to revitalize.
Which now, in hindsight, hold up, a little bit of action in mid. Ook here about to get knocked down, and same with Chak. All right, real quick, moment of silence here, a little bit of peace for us to discuss. The Lolita, I have to admit, maybe we were a little too over-fixated with the Hanabi combo, but between the two heroes, right, Lolita and Hanabi, a Lolita just by herself is a very, formidable, respectable roamer.
Yeah, especially up against high attack speed marksmen like Moskov, like we've seen earlier.
Right?
Okay, so this time I think Okir, I think Haji will have a better time zoning out the members. But look at this! As I was saying that, Okir picks up a kill onto Haji.
And that's the problem. That's the problem. Again, this wouldn't be the issue if it was still the Faramis, but looking at Smart Omega, that last minute ban, right? And the last phase, Loyi and Faramis, they know what they were working with. So this Jushin, as powerful as she is, isn't the answer Blacklist needs to, get the reverse sweep.
Yeah, and it's honestly...
Not yet. We don't know. But, first blood.
It's honestly ideal to have a Minotaur up against a Zushin, because even if the Lantern Flare is there and you get picked up, it actually is a free flicker for Chaknu if the Minoan Fury is up.
At best, you want to bring him sideways, but even then, you're just another one!
But Ryota didn't bring Lord James sideways. He brought him backwards, feeding him, serving him in a silver platter to his teammates. It's a 2-0 start for Omega.
And this is going to lead to a free turtle, the freest we've seen possibly all series long, as MP works on his purple. Ryota checking in. There it is, a big ticket delicacy, a objective for the barangay.
Okay, this time Chaknu has a flicker plus Minoan Fury combination, so you can expect him to be more aggressive and not be afraid of Haji's Lantern Flare. And at the same time, in terms of sustain, there's still the motivational roar coming in from Chaknu, so they can actually have a reset. If ever Blacklist, manages to find a penalty zone coming in from Lord JM, like we've seen during game number 2, they can just reset and then counterattack at any time.
That's all for the barangay. I'm still wondering where Blacklist comes in, because between these two teams, right, it's Omega who has the benefit of wisdom. Like, they learned so much from game 2, and what could possibly be an amazing comeback from out of nowhere, again, courtesy of Perks and the rest of Blacklist. But now Blacklist is trying to work on that same formula. It's an iteration of what happened in game 2, and if I may say, unless it happens, unless proven otherwise, I don't like it as much. It's coming from different angles with many different pacing, a little there's lag and burst. Can I just say that?
Yeah, like literally out of nowhere. Honestly, if you look back at game number 2, you wouldn't realize it's a 12-minute game, because it started out so slow, but right now Perks will be able to evade that, as Endorio and Chaknu working on 2 members. Here comes the setup coming in from Chaknu. Gets a kill onto Hoeb. Okay, so this is what happened during game number 2. The very first kill of Omega was onto the top lane, the gold lane, the Oeb.
Almost the same. Real quick, folks. Smart Omega ranked first among all teams in Season 14. Going into the second half as the team with the highest average crowd control time per game.
Wow.
At about a minute. Perks in trouble.
Dorio. Okay, uses the retribution! Jom! Wow, Jom, you could compile a lot of Spear of Destruction plays from Jom for this season alone, halfway mark. I think it would reach around 5 minutes.
I wouldn't be off if I think I said Jom, half his games in Season 14 were all Moskov.
Yeah.
A good half of his games in Season 14, there's no Moskov.
That was why you were wondering why game 1, Oheb has the Moskov and he had the Harry.
That was a little uncanny for us. But now second turtle spawning. Upper quarter, no one down bottom. Mid, barely controlled. Haji here knocked up, still has his Purify in control. Both teams playing footsies. This is the second turtle, folks.
Honestly, the series just boils down to the jungle matchup, but Ryota onward, Earth Shatter combination. Perks using the Numinum Blast, connecting onto 3. Just to zone out the remaining members of Blacklist, and Doryu gets a free turtle once again.
You see that? Even if Jom went all the way down to try and get an early start at pushing this tier 1, Omega still had 5 bodies. The Eternal Guard helped out. And now, this is not the same rotation earlier? Was this not take moments from game 2?
Literally step by step a rotation for Omega. After taking a tower up top, working on the turtle. Let's every single one of us go down to the bottom lane and get another turret.
This is weird. It's like deja vu, but like minutes apart.
Yeah, but I think the main difference between game 2 and now was that MP was activated early on, early
yeah.
game. I think he had a couple of kills with the Hayabusa.
By about this time.
Yeah, by about this time. So he was like actually the anchor for early to mid game for Blacklist, but this time he's not activated. And even Oheb 0-1-0. And this is, for me, a much more harder hero to activate than Natan compared to Akari.
Uh-oh. All right. Oheb keeping himself scarce, popping that Purify. And I'm going to have to double down on what you said, Ingan. Off of MP the King's early aggression and, pickoffs at, the first 5 minutes, first 10, maybe that's what allowed for Blacklist to, stay the course and threaten a comeback, which they did. And they leveraged, took advantage of, got away with game 2, forced us here. But now, again, the wisdom of Smart Omega picking up from what happened in game 2, almost instantly, on a dime, executing. Black can't do anything.
Yeah, basically they're not letting Blacklist have trades because game number 2, Blacklist always seems to find the trade. Even if it's not a favorable trade, at least it's something. But looking at the kill scoreboard, 4-0, no kills yet, no turrets taken down, not a single turtle. And eventually, if Omega snowball just continues, eventually MP's not going to have a purple buff.
And not to mention, look at that, Haji used the Purify there in a single take. Oh no, up top!
Okay, there's the trade we're all been waiting for. Jom, although he had the flicker, the chain crowd control from Blacklist was just there. Too much. Burst damage coming in from Oheb, but the trade from Omega is again the turtle.
Moments like that, you just feel miserable.
Yeah.
I've been hit with a couple of chain CCs in my day.
Oh.
My day being yesterday.
You know, actually, what Jom did was actually good because before he died, he was able to clear the minions. That's why even if he died against the 3-man rotation from
Turret
Blacklist,
safe.
the turret's safe.
Yeah. Again,
Big J things.
Big J with a big brain. We'll see if that eventually comes back to bite them in the butt. But so far, it seems like a small price to pay. Perks, though, getting caught out in the back.
Okay, Andoryu is not going to connect because Perks has the dash out, but here comes Chaknu. Okay, he has the Minoan Fury. He's not going to cast it yet. Eternal Guard will bring down Perks. Another pick, another kill. But this time it's Ryota with a kill.
SOD, just for good measure. All right, no one home. I think we're trying to aim for Haji there. Andoryu looking for the burst down. Haji pops the Crimson Flare, keeping him safe. Now, again, very similar to game 2, but better this time. Omega aren't pulling any punches. Like, did you see how they committed so much to take down Perks? They understand how big of an impact Perks is to Blacklist game, that if they bury him deep enough, like he won't even have any room to try and come back with a Numenon Blast.
Yeah, and even Haji, they're also diving down to Haji as much as possible, wants to pop his Purify at any given moment, but Chaknu has the Flicker plus Minoan Fury.
All of it.
Actually have a setup. All of it. Okay, now Joe working on the top lane turret. Perks is there with a shield.
Ooh.
Defends it very well. But okay. Okay. The problem with Zushin, that's why it's not picked up as much compared to week number 1, is it's easy to counter. Just have a dive-centric lineup.
Yep.
That's it.
You lean hard into the Lantern Flare. And she's slow. Sad to say. She does make up for it in CC and some level of sustainability, but between her, Zask, Vixana, Aurora, she's the slowest of the 4.
Yeah, I even remember the time she was released. I think the first build was actually Rapid Boots because of their movement.
Oh yeah.
She was really slow.
That's in ranked games.
Yeah,
but,
in ranked games.
The day she debuted in MWI, she was kicking butt, but that was prior to everyone just playing all the assassins, everyone playing the fast game. But now that the meta has settled, it's hard to find a room for Zushin to go. This is a Lord Shuffle we're seeing. Andoryu letting it go a little. Soft reset. Slight advantage for Omega. Different angle at the battle right now. Haji checking in those bushes. Andoryu gonna choose to get his purple first.
Yeah, all battle spells actually are activated for both teams. Haji just really putting Chaknu and Ryota out of position here as Joe works on the bottom lane. He's gonna secure a bottom lane turret. And let's see who's gonna react first, because Lord JM, again, he's been performing well with the penalty zones, but the fear is if Chaknu counterattacks again, They're the team leading the league with the most crowd control ratio. So right now, what do you do if you're Lord JM? Because right now, Ryota picks off her Shatter. Perks answers back with the Numinum Blast. And the first man down is Lord JM. MP the King goes in with a Wiki Shadow Kill, but he's going to fall down. OM Perks, Lord JM not in the picture. It's just MP and Haji left, all for the price of Chaknu.
3-for-1 sale. Get yourselves a Lord. Look at that small corridor in Blacklist's jungle. I'll tell you now, Ingan, as soon as that fight broke out, I didn't even see Jump throw the SOD. He was just there. I could have sworn Oi was going to come in, fight first with very little clapback from Omega, but here we are. Boom! Oh, he caught MP with it!
Got MP.
And then took care of Lord JM.
Wow!
And then everything else. You know what? It was off of the back of that Minoan Fury. This is the missing piece from Game 2.
Yeah. Honestly, I like that you mentioned that because Perks had the wonderful setup already with the Numinum Blast.
It was a great response, like 0.01 seconds after, you know?
Again, Chaknu with the Minoan Fury. Plus the gold lead that Omega established, they were able to out-sustain the entropy of OHEB. Even if OHEB was actually in a good position to dish out the damage, the motivational roar plus all the sustain coming in from Omega, from then on, it's just really the lead that Omega established.
6K ahead. Blast International. Got a big Lord knocking down their door. Bottom lane does take care of it. Tier 2 in mid still standing. Smart Omega taking their time. They learned so much from Game 2. Now it's Blacklist's turn. This is their only moment to do so. Gotta pull out all the stops. What else they got? Lantern Flare from Haji. Which, I gotta say now, I don't think I'm alone or wrong in this, but we are really feeling this Jushin.
Yeah, it's not a game changer compared to Haji's performance in game number 2 with the Faramis, a lot of clutch nether realms. Was it game 2 or game 1?
That was game 2, sir.
Game 2, yeah.
That was game 2.
Okay. And I like that Omega's adjustment right now. They really adjusted from game number 2 because game number 2, when they had minions onto the bottom lane, they tried to burst down the inhibitor. That was the moment that OHEB picked up 2 kills with the carry.
Yep.
And this time they just let it pass. Let's not do that again. We learn from our mistakes. Let's play this as disciplined as possible.
Yep. So far, Blacklist can't even afford to do that now.
Yeah.
Sure, there is a little bit more burst in a Nolan compared to a carry, but again, the aforementioned Faramis played such a big role.
Yeah.
The Lolita was less of a known quantity compared to now, wherein Omega are just respecting the hell out of Perk's Lolita. Like, as soon as he crosses a certain line, they would burst him down. All the ults thrown at him. So with that said, Smart Omega sitting on the 7K gold lead. Even if that is amazing, even if that is huge, look at that Ukir catching a little bit of the Lantern Flare. They're not going to force anything. They'll wait for this Lord,
They can
manage the waves, and then win off of a final GG push.
Yeah, they shouldn't. Game number 2, comeback win for Blacklist again, 12-minute mark. Was it the first? It was the second, around the second Lord. The perk setup started things off with the Lord JM penalty zone. Can happen again for game number 3 if they don't play their cards right. So right now, Omega just really waiting for the Lord, waiting for that split push from Joe. Gonna force Blacklist to react, then outnumber the agents, and eventually secure that Lord.
This is tough because I think Omega's going to walk away with a free
Oh, but they're going to burst the Lord though.
turret. And they're going!
What? A setup coming in from Chaknu with the Winter Crown, but Perks answers right back with a Numinum Blast! Andoryu gets the Lord. MP the King goes in for the kill onto Chaknu. A weak Shadow Kill is there. He's going to call up in the picture. SOD from Jom to take down Perks. A 2-for-1 trade for Omega, but they secure the Lord.
At the cost of Chaknu, Smart Omega take everything that they want. The push down bottom, 2 kills, and the Lord. And again, lessons learned from Game 2. They're not going to force anything. They're going to wait for Chaknu, wait for all these waves to come a crash in, and then they'll go from there. This is looking dire for Blacklist International. The agents have to put their hands up. Energy ball for your team.
Okay, Perks and MP the King will join the potential final clash. But I would like to commend. Wait a minute. Okay. OHEB pops his entropy. Now Joe working on the top lane.
That's a shocking amount of damage. I don't know where that came from.
I also got shot.
Where did OHEB take that much damage from? Oh my lord.
At this point, It's a 10.2k gold lead for
Oh!
Omega! Jom 1v1 up against MB the King on his own jungle there.
Woo!
But MB the King manages to escape. Now they have to work on this Lord. Burst it down. Omega and the rest trying to find a beautiful setup here. Chaknu goes in with the Minoan Fury connecting onto one. Lord J onto the backline. MB the King has to go away. There's the jump once again. Nimino Blast gonna connect, but shutdown coming in from Ryota.
Jay!
Jom works on the crystal! And Omega